What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great weekend. It is quite awful outside, I'm not going to lie to you. It got nice and soaking wet today. Not a great time to be sick, I'll be real with you, so just threw my hoodie on, freezing my ass off like this. All right, it's football, so we know that weather's coming, but my body's just not ready for it. But I hope you're all doing well out there. Hope everybody is excited for this game. I know tomorrow's going to suck because we don't have Eagles football, but it will be nice to enjoy some Monday Night Football. But we're here, and we've got the game status reports for both teams and some interesting names on both lists. So we're going to break that down. And I actually brought with the updated depth charts. So you'll see who's out, who's questionable within the depth chart, who's behind them. And then tomorrow we'll do the same thing with the practice squad elevations. Whoever is brought up, I will add to it. So you'll know exactly who's playing, who's where, who's not, and who's filling in for who. So appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribing, all those things you're doing to support the channel. But let's jump right into this bad boy with the Eagles game status report for today. And as I tried to say at the beginning of the week, a lot of people have not been watching the Eagles for the last couple of years or just started being a fan, whatever it may be, unaware that, Nick Sirianni likes to keep his guys healthy. So going to see very long injury reports each week. This is something that happened the last couple of years. I've seen the media very confused about this, but look, you can't, get overreacting to everything that happens, and when these guys are limited, it's for a reason, especially when you've seen these guys the last couple of years. So some of the younger guys, they're trying to keep them healthy. So you keep your eye on it throughout the week. So you see on Thursday, oh my God, it's over. Season's done. Oh, then you see the next day. Okay. Only 2 did not practice, a few limited. Then you look at today. Now, this would be normally Friday. If the game wasn't on Monday, you'd be talking about game status report. But look, only 1 person limited. 1 person did not practice, and the rest of the people are perfectly fine. So they just don't call it rest, man. And sometimes they will. They'll throw that in there. But look, they might have minor things nagging them, but the Eagles are going to protect all of their players. They're going to be precautious. That's how they are one of the healthiest teams. And hey, things are going to happen regardless, but we're going to do our part to try to keep these guys healthy. Now, Watkins, we talked about it, this lingering hammy issue. It's coming back, and now it looks like he's about to miss a game because of it. So not great news for him. You guys have heard me talk about it. He's a speedster. I like Watkins, but he is not a slot guy. So I was hoping Alameda would, kind of fill that part. Well, he hasn't done much. So he's going to get a chance, this week to show that off, and I'm hopeful for him. But if not, you've heard me talk about for months now, guys like Hunter Renfro. Someone asked me about Anthony Schwartz again. Jarvis Landry, almost called him Juice. That is his nickname. But there's a lot of, guys that you could possibly add if something is really wrong with Quez and you're looking to upgrade. So we'll see. But then Boston Scott, he went out of the Vikings game there, did not practice at first, and then was limited the last couple of days. So, there were some question marks there, but now he's out. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, good. I want to see these other running backs. I want to see the other receivers. I don't really care. But this is actually going to bring up a very intriguing question for me that I have been asking and talking about all damn offseason. And, well, it just kind of has to do with, that guy, Rashad Penny. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But let's take a look at the updated depth chart now. Now, you'll see the reserves. These are the guys you're not going to see on the depth chart, or they're not on the injury report because, well, they're on the reserves list. So Bradley, Dean, Johnson, Maddox, and McPherson, all on the IR. Dean, the only one on short term, hopefully coming back week 6. Isaiah Rodgers out for the season with that suspension. So just in case you're looking for anyone, that's where they are. Now, let's take a gander here at the offense. And again, with Quez out, Alameda is going to have to step it up. Maybe Covey gets to see some offensive action. I think maybe some more, 12, 13 personnel, more, running backs going out for passes, Swift and Gainwell both being involved in this game. I think that would be beneficial. So Boston Scott, your third running back, not a big deal. Penny, he'll be active. So maybe you sprinkle him in for a couple of snaps. The receiver, that's the intriguing part there. Look, Alameda, just show what we know you have here. And I think, everyone will feel a lot better. But other than that, those were the injuries to the offense. Defensive side of the ball, obviously, Avonte Maddox on IR. But all of the other injuries that we had, everybody looking good to go here. Nobody even questionable. So love to see that. Very excited. intrigued to see how Mario Goodrich is going to be used here. Going to see if Josh Jobe is thrown into that as well. We talked about this last week here. James Bradbury, he can play some nickel. So I think we'll see him possibly doing that depending on how they line guys up. But Drew, my man, had asked me, I think we continue to play our match zone concepts, and they've got a lot of weapons. So everybody do their part wherever you're at. And Mario Goodrich, we're going to find out if the Eagles need to add, somebody or, the in-house options. We need to go elsewhere. But this kid's going to get his chance. So is Jobe, I think. So we'll see how these guys do. And then on special teams here, this is where the big question mark is for me, because both the guys you've been using as kick returners are now out. So Rashad Penny, I was at that Vikings game and I watched him back there, but he never got to return one. You have heard me all off season. The dude has 7 return touchdowns at San Diego State. I would like to see him do that. He doesn't really have a role here now with Boston out. Dude, put him back as kick returner. Let him be that short yardage back. I don't care if you're just using Swift and, Kenny. I understand you don't have to have that bruiser. We've got Jalen Hurts. But if you're going to have Penny here, dude, put him back as kick returner and let's see if we can't get something sparked here, dude. That's just my opinion. But let's keep this train moving here. Love to hear your thoughts on the Eagles. But now let's check out the game status report for the Buccaneers and, of course, their updated depth chart as well. And this is a team that should be worried about the injuries they're seeing because, well, you have to take the context of it. You got to look at what you see here. So a few guys on Thursday and then a couple more added on Friday. Now you have a couple added today in Levante David and Mike Evans, but both did not practice because of rest, just getting their rest. So they will be playing there fine. Ryan Neal was taken off the list, so he's good. But Cody Malk and Devin White, who were added to the report on Friday, both limited participants with back and groin injuries respectively, they are both going to be questionable for this game. Now, Cody Malk was a full participant today in practice, so that's a great sign for him, their right guard. But that would be a huge blow if they're missing him. And obviously, Devin White, one of the premier linebackers in the game, I think that would be a huge loss for them. So going to keep our eyes on that one. Vita Vea and Carlton Davis. Now, Carlton Davis missed last week. We talked about his Tristan McCollum, the Eagles practice squad safety, his twin brother, Zion. He would get the start again. But, man, Vita Vea would be a monstrous blow. That dude he eats souls. So, huge blow there, but their first-round pick, Elijah Cansey, will be out, as well as rookie Servatia Dennis. So 2 guys out, 4 questionable there. That is quite concerning names, too, that you see there. So let's take a look how this looks on their depth chart. So they just added Chase Edmonds to the IR the other day, Russell Gage and Ryan Jensen already there. So those are the players you will not see on this list. They are on the IR. Now, let's take a look at this offense. Cody Malk, that would be a big blow. They drafted him for a reason. I imagine Nick Leverett could step in there. He plays center and guard, or maybe they put Aaron Stinney in there. But got a couple of options, but nothing near what Cody Malk has been able to do. And I think a very talented young man. So he is questionable. You'll see that light gray for the players that are questionable, and then you'll see the dark gray for anybody who is out. But only one player there questionable on the offensive side of the ball. But on defense is where, you're missing Cansey, so you're going to have Mike Green step up. But if Vita Vea is out, then you'll have to have Greg Gaines step in, who I thought was a good addition for them. But, man, he is not Vita Vea. Then you see Devin White. They already have Servatia Dennis out. So KJ Britt is, your other backup. I'm sure they're going to elevate one of their practice squad linebackers here just in case. But it'll be very telling if they don't, because then obviously White will be playing. But having a questionable and an out there, only 2 guys that are healthy, that could be concerning. Now, we talked about cornerback Carlton Davis. Zion McCollum would step in. Probably, I think it's like his 5th start it would be, but that would be a big blow going against this Eagles passing attack. And I've talked about it. I think the Eagles are going to, they're going to put some work on him regardless of Carlton Davis playing or not, because, watch your words, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Hurts did develop, and he is about to show you. Now, on the special teams unit here, no injury, so nothing has changed there. But just in case you missed any of the shows, keeping you updated every single day on every single piece of information you would need to know about the Eagles and their opponent every single week. But I hope you got something from this. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. You can always subscribe. I'm not going to be able to make that show tonight with the roster comparisons, but I'm going to drop it tomorrow around 7:30, 8 in between, the last afternoon games and the night game. And then Monday, baby, after I get back from all my tests and all that great stuff from the hospital, I will have a pregame show and we'll get pumped up for some birds, baby. So I'm trying to find that energy here, man. I'm sorry I'm running on fumes, but just know deep inside, I'm ready to run through these effing walls. If I've got to go through hospital walls, I'll do it. I will. But if you guys need anything between, then and now, please feel free to reach out, whether it's about the Eagles, about life. If anything crazy happens, I'll drop another video. But if not, until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Hope you're all having yourselves a great weekend. You stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!